Alrighty. Well, I can hear you. You can hear me.
We're so back.
We are so back. Well, guys, welcome back to the 7 on 7 podcast, episode number 11.
Number 11.
Yeah, episode number 11. Today, I have my fucking boy, entrepreneur, recent college graduate, the owner of Roze Los Angeles. I'm sure we have a lot of mutuals. We have a lot of mutual friends, mutual followers, so I'm sure a lot of you guys will know who Brad is. But Brad Gilkerson.
Indeed.
I have him today. We are so back here on the show. My fucking guy. How are you, my man?
Dude, number 11. This is kind of crazy. I guess this is in honor of the new Stranger Things coming out, or previously coming out with 11.
11. Wow.
Yeah, this was planned well, even though we didn't plan it like this.
Oh.
I feel very set and ready to go. I mean, like Gage was saying, just graduated. Kind of crazy to be done and like.
Where'd you graduate from?
Hitting the floor running. Creighton in Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out all my Omahanians. That's a thing. I'm pretty sure it is.
I just feel like there's nothing to do in Nebraska.
Dude, it kind of
gets
gets
it's a
dry.
whole lot of corn.
Dude,
and
it's so here's how we'll put it. It's like we got the city downtown, which is awesome. I mean, campus is like 5 minutes from that, so we're able to go out and have a time down there. But you go like 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away, dude, it's just straight cornfields. I'm not kidding. It's absurd. But hey, we're back here in Orange County. And,
back in T-Town, baby.
Back in T-Town, indeed. We got the whole prime real estate here. I mean, there's nothing that I can miss when it comes to work and putting my head down and getting it going and whatnot with the business. And just got a job at a tech company, so things are moving quickly here, to say the least. I mean,
fuck yeah.
It's kind of crazy. It's like, graduation happened, went on family vacation, and then come back here, and now it's like work, grind, wake up, repeat, sleep.
Facts.
You know how it goes.
Oh, I feel you.
I've been spending enough time over here to like get a feel for like what it's gonna be like, and I'm so excited for the future. I mean, it's exciting.
It is very exciting. So I want to like start first of all because we have a very broad demographic of listeners of this podcast. My fellow musician friends, just people who follow me in general. So, like I said in the beginning, we do have a lot of mutuals. I'm sure a lot of people will know and recognize you when this episode comes out.
Yeah, true. But, I guess for those people who
I was going to say, but for those of you who don't know who Brad is and what you do, kind of give us an overview of
I like that.
You to start, and then we'll kind of dive in a little bit onto like what you do.
No, I like that. So, yeah, like Gage said, let's see. Just graduated from school. I mean, the biggest part of the aspect that I hold, or pride myself on is my business that, I've been grinding out for the past 7 years now. And it's really taught me a lot along the way, created a lot of open doors and relationships that I never thought I'd see myself in, to say the least. I mean, we have David Dobrik wearing the clothes. We just had Trey Jones wearing it. His brother was playing on the Minnesota Timberwolves in the finals. Which, rest in peace to them. They didn't see it happen. We got Game 6 tomorrow. But on the other hand, with the business and just being who I am, I think it's truly created my personality and personal brand as well. I mean, everyone talks about having their personal brand, and it's kind of interesting to see the wave come now from 7 years ago. 7 years ago, we never thought of people.
Totally. So hold on, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm gonna give context for those of you who are listening and who are watching. So when he says business and when he's talking about this, and when he says these words, so me and Brad went to high school together to Villa Park. I've known Brad for
8 years.
Yeah, about 8 years now, and he was.
Crazy.
I was lucky enough at a young age to figure out that I knew what I wanted to do and that I was going to just dedicate my entire life to pursuing my dream and anything that I wanted to do to make it happen. And I think, me and Brad in high school were like, we were always homies. We always, like this and that. But like, it wasn't really until I would say like senior year to like after we had graduated that like we really started to connect, very much because of the reason of the business-driven mindset, the understanding what it takes to, have nothing.
Entrepreneurial mindset.
The entrepreneurial mindset to, have an idea, have nothing per se, and then build something from scratch. And, you know, me and Brad really connected on that, and like we've kind of just like grown our relationship and everything over the past, you know, fucking as years have gone on and on and on. But Brad in high school started Roze Los Angeles.
Sophomore year summer. So sophomore year summer, Roze was created, you know, May 15th, 2015. I can remember the days that I would go over to the print shop with my mom. My mom was still driving me around, and, you know, shout out to Mom, obviously. And, you know, building that brand from something to nothing was crazy. And like Gage said, that entrepreneurial mindset, I never thought I'd be at the point where the business is now, and these big name people wearing it. And
Totally.
I'm very thankful for it. And at the same time, it was a grind and a half to get there. You know, it's 7-8 years. I meet a lot of people in school and now, and it's like, oh my gosh, this business is crazy. Like, when did you start it? Is this like a year or two old? It's like
no,
man, I wish. Like, it's crazy to think that it's so old now. But yeah,
but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's a very different feeling, and I have a very similar feeling, like, as just time goes on and like more and more stuff starts to happen, when it's not a year to 2 year journey, where it's like you've been working for something since you were like a fucking child.
Yeah.
And like
literally,
you were like, yeah, you just had this dream, and then now it's like being able to see it, you know, constantly and just gradually on the rise over the years and the years and the years that it's been. It's like, it's such a gratifying feeling, and it's like so humbling to see that type of, you know, success.
I was about to say the same, yeah.
For sure, because then it's like...
It's watching like a little baby grow up. I mean, I've seen...
Totally, it is. It's your baby, you know, it's...
Okay, are you able to like edit pictures up here?
Of course.
Okay, so this photo here was I've seen the business grow from like having 2 shelves of clothes in our living room to now having a warehouse in Orange, and, you know, being able to go and do these things in LA and make these moves with these manufacturers has been something I never would have thought. And it's like, you know, going from what you see now to where it is now is absurd. A billboard in Hollywood from and it was just all started with a rose on the shirt. And, you know, a lot of people think that as a very generic thing now, and I don't blame them. You know, we've moved the business away from that simplistic design, but kept our roots all at the same time. So that aspect of it has been really, it's really created a creative mindset. It's really allowed me to have a creative mindset and force me to focus on things I would not think I would focus on.
Totally.
And yeah, it's kind of absurd to see where it's gone. And you know, whenever people ask me, it's like, oh, it's this old. I mean, when I explain it to them, it's like, it's literally like watching a little baby grow up that you've created. You've done this.
It's your child, dude. It literally is like your child.
Yeah, I never would have thought we would be in a studio right now filming a podcast 2 years ago. Hell,
I know, right? Seriously.
So it's crazy to see where we've gone and where things are going to take us as well. I mean,
totally,
it's absurd.
So I want to ask you a question, and because then it's going to follow with a series of questions. Because I already get the vibe. I already know where this podcast is going to go, and I really am encouraging you guys to really listen into this one, because I can guarantee you this one is going to be a very business entrepreneurial, how we've done it, how things have worked, stuff like this that a lot of people who are in the process can relate to. But so I'm going to ask you a question. You are how old?
I'm 22.
Okay. He's 22 years old, and he, again, is the owner of Roze. And I want you to give the people listening and the people watching a bit of maybe some statistics or accolades or something that Roze has done and that you've accomplished, so that, you know, I don't want people to just think, oh, you know, he's just blowing smoke up his ass, or like, I just have some some guy on that owns a clothing brand, you know, that like whatever. Like, Brad's really doing it like big time, seriously, and like, so I want you to.
I like that question, because it's like, you know, Gage brought that up, and it's a good leeway into the episode as well, because it's going to get really in depth, and it's going to be a lot of big picture things as well. I mean, there's going to be a lot of tips that I can provide to people, and a lot of things that I'm still learning from at the same time. So, you know, to start things off, the business started with the rose on the t-shirt, simple enough. It went from word of mouth in high school to a snowball effect to people in different school districts wearing it, so on and so forth. And it was just, I never was really doing it to create a few bucks, but when I realized that people were wearing it, and I think it was the coolest thing seeing people wear it and going off that, saying that or seeing that, having that feeling was something that I'd never had before. It's
Totally.
like, creating something and then seeing somebody else have that much empathy and a smile on their face when they're wearing it and after they've purchased it and whatnot is awesome. And then going forward from that, I've really dedicated my life to this brand. I don't see it going. I don't see it going anywhere. Yeah, no, it's taken the 40, 50 hour weeks and whatnot on top of a job I already have. So it's definitely a grind, but based on everything we've done in the past, we've gone from, like you said, the word of mouth in high school, from that to now you see these big billboards that we have in LA, which I never would have imagined in 1,000 years, to David Dobrik wearing the clothes, Cole Sprouse wearing it, Trey Jones wearing it. The list goes on and on and on and on. And, we're now reaching out to all these people on TikTok and these social media platforms that I never would have really dove into if it weren't for the brand.
Totally.
So it's definitely made me keep up with the younger generation. And, it sounds weird to say it, but there's a lot of 14, 15, 16-year-olds out there now who are very successful and have been well versed in it. And it's great to learn from them as well. Because it's like I never would have seen myself doing these things in the social media space, but also in the creator space as well, like meeting Gage, to say the least. 4 or 5 years ago, we really took it seriously, our friendship, and since then it's really grown, and the business as well. Going from 20 orders a month to 200, 300, 400 orders a month has been absurd, and it's a lot to learn from when it comes to the accounting aspect, to the order management aspect, to time management. It's there's so much more to it than what you think that you're just buying from. I can get an empathy for these brands that when you go to a store on Fairfax, we've done one pop-up in the past, and I can now have empathy for when you're buying a $40 t-shirt or $50 t-shirt or it's a $100 hoodie, and you're getting what you pay for. You're getting what the employee's hourly wage. You're getting the accountant that's doing the numbers on it. You're getting the owner's, the whole 9 yards when it comes to the back end of it as well, which is just something that I think a lot of people don't really think of, and it's eye-opening to hear it and see it as well. It's hard to put it in words how much hard work and dedication goes into one design, to say the least. The hat you're wearing right now, I have a bunch of clothes in my car. It's like we've gone back and forth with manufacturers overseas, endless trips to LA and back. It's truly a grind, but it pays off so well to see these people online wearing your clothes or doing a little TikTok dance in it that you never thought would be cool to see.
It makes it all worth it.
It does make it all worth it.
It really, really does.
Yeah, to say the least. It's been a journey, and it's been great to be on the journey and watch myself grow with the business, and watch the business grow as well. There's so many things I would not do now that I would do now that I wouldn't have even thought of 5 years ago. For example, the process of designing. Going from just sketching it on pieces of paper to handing it over to the manufacturer would not fly today with who we work with. And it's gotten a lot more serious as well. So it's definitely an eye-opening experience, and it allows me to open up new revenues or open up new doors, or I'm trying to put it in words, but
new opportunities
to go on and make if I didn't want to do Roze, I could go on and do a athleisure wear brand, which I'm hoping to work on in the future. Something that I really want to dabble around in is the cut and sewn pieces that a lot of people are seeing now. So it's been a wild ride, to say the least.
Totally, and you bring up a really good point, and I feel very passionate, and I just feel very, very heavily about this topic that I'm about to say, is that how you just hinted at the end where, just having Roze in general, I don't know. I'm trying to think how to put this, because I think it's a very good mindset to have, and it's an aspect of self-awareness, it's an aspect of business awareness, it's an aspect of where the market is at and where the market is going to be, and just having the self-awareness to understand that, like, if this is what you're doing, and say it's Roze, clothing, music, whatever it is, like, being able to create and craft this thing that you have and that you're building, but having the self-awareness and the understanding of knowing that this possibly couldn't be forever, just having that in your mind, but understanding that everything that you're doing in the process, in the time to build this, is opening doors for you to be able to do other things.
Thank you.
If this thing wasn't to work out. You know, that's why I'm always about never limit yourself, like, whether it's clothes or this, like, dude, go heavy on social, make different types of content, you know, do stuff that shows this aspect of you, this, because all those things come into play, like, if you want to go ahead and branch out into something else. Like, that's like the main reason why, you know, I do a lot of fitness content. Why, obviously, like, I do the music, why I have the podcast, like, obviously, 100%, no doubt in my mind, like, music is 100% what I want and what I'm working for to do for my entire life. But I'm also aware enough that, like, hey, if for some reason that doesn't work out, I want to have other things that I can do that I've been putting the work into as well, to give me different opportunities down the road. Like, maybe, you know, what if, you know, 7 on 7 becomes the new Joe Rogan in 5 years?
Yeah.
Then it's like, shit, maybe I just go ahead and do that. Or what if I get to an opportunity to open a gym or become a brand owner or something, and, like, you know,
personal training, there's so many
or just aspects. Like, you know, like, just to not limit yourself and to just be aware enough that, like, you know, it's
that has to do with the business as well.
I just feel like it's such a
we've been dabbling around with that
to understand that, just like, and I've said it on so many episodes, it's just to never limit yourself. Like,
you're not wrong. I think,
especially in today's world, like,
I was about to say that as well.
Especially in today's world, it's never one thing is just, it's never enough.
Yeah.
Like,
because you see,
it's always, what else do you do?
You see everyone preach about how many like sources of revenue or side hustles that they're doing in regard to all these things, and, you know, when it comes to it, you know, basically having a specific interest that you have is something that you could hop online and chat about for 30 minutes or whatever, an hour a day, and create 10 clips and go from there, and you're able to post these and people are going to be interested in it, whatever the case might be. I mean, I never thought I'd be going on TikTok on in front of a video saying, hey, here's what we think you can do. Here's how we can help your business. Whether it's going to be consulting or, there's so much to it. I mean, what Gage was saying, I think I have empathy towards when it comes to the different doors that one specific aspect that you really focus on could take you.
Yes.
Because it's like, now I started the business 7 years ago, and I never thought I'd be being a middleman for some of these smaller brands, or, you know, being a consultant for some of these other brands. It's wild to see where the business can take you, or where one thing can take you and open up so many other doors. For example, at school, I was poached by the dean of the business school, and he basically reached out, or it was mutual, and it went like I'd shown the professors and everyone that I was serious about Roze, and, you know, it's evident that the business has been successful over the past 7 years, and I never gave up, which was really tough to not stop at sometimes. But getting back to that point, I was asked to go and create a startup for the Big East tournament, and the Big East tournament is 11 Big East schools, DePaul, Creighton, Georgetown. There's the list goes on and on with the other 7, but I'm being asked by these professors that are 30 years older than me to go on and build a business and go and pitch it in front of venture capitalists, these entrepreneurs, and big name people who I'd never thought I would be standing in front of. And It's like, you know, 5 years ago I could have never imagined that with the business where it is now. And I ended up getting 4th place out of 11 schools, and it was
Damn.
a blast. Yeah. So I wish we could have done it in person because it was during COVID and it was just on Zoom.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, we would have gone to Madison Square Garden and pitched my idea to
Wow.
a panel of basically
Investors and
it was venture capital, 2 venture capital people, one like really big successful entrepreneur, and then I'll figure out the other 2, but we'll throw it up and
yeah.
you'll be able to see it. So I mean, that's something that I never would have imagined doing.
Totally.
And the business and that grind has really taught me a lot about it doesn't go unnoticed, to say
Totally.
the least. Like with you, you're making all this music and whatnot, and it just is a snowball effect, and then you get picked up by one person who sees it. I mean, I was ecstatic when these professors came out to me and said, hey, we see that you're doing well with school and the business as well, and it's been great to have you represent the school because we trust who you are, and it's been a wild ride.
No,
So.
for sure. And it's like,
and
yeah,
I think also going off I meant that was a little bit of a tangent there, but the aspect of being able to market yourself and be able to go out there and just not be afraid of who you are and go online and show your face like this, and yeah, you'll get the hate here and there, but it's just a part of the process. I mean,
for sure.
If I wasn't going out there and like going to these random stores and saying, hey, do you think you guys want to hold these clothes in your store? The amount of stores I knocked on doors to and talked to the managers or talked to the sales reps was absurd. I mean, the list goes on and on, but when you get that 1 or you get that 2, it just allows for these doors to be opened up, and now we're in a couple stores here in Orange County and one in Omaha, and it's been crazy to see it happen. I mean, yeah, it was a lot of no, get out of our store, we don't hold you because you don't have enough SKUs or whatever the inventory number is, but it's been wild to or it's been a good learning experience, not even just wild, but being like a salesman or door-to-door sales. I never thought I'd go on and try and get my product into stores like that, but here I am now.
And you said a couple things in there too that I kind of want to go off because I personally believe in it very heavily, and I've seen very positive results in doing this in myself, is being able to, you said, show who you are, show your face, put your face out there, do that, like, especially, and I'm going to talk to artists in particular that I know all you guys who are listening, and whether you're a business owner, it doesn't matter, like whatever that you're doing, that you're a brand, it's your brand or anything like that. Like, it's so crucial to be able to understand the concept of brand identity in the way of like what your brand is and who is behind the brand, and getting people to understand who you are as the per se owner, as the artist, as the producer, as the head of this, like, especially when it's like a sole proprietor type thing, like how I am or how you are, where I'm sole proprietor me of my Sevnth Heavn LLC, and you are sole proprietor of Roze. So it's like, I found it really, really crucial for me, and I've seen so much growth in just being so much more personable and just sharing stuff that isn't always music related.
I was about to say that.
That is like,
that's a big aspect with where we are in the state of our like social media now. So
you just said, and I'm gonna pick this point because I just believe in it so heavily, is where you said, that's just the point we're at right now with social media now. And what I want to say about this, and my one piece of advice to all my fellow artists out there, brand owners, clothing brand owners, anyone per se that's
personal brand, that's either doing it or in the process or that hasn't even started yet, get extremely comfortable and get extremely well versed and knowledgeable and understand social media, because it is comfortable showing yourself in front of everyone.
And I know that it's a hard thing to do for a lot of people. whether they're camera shy, whether they make the piece of content, they're like, oh, this looks like shit, I look like shit, I sound weird, blah blah blah, whatever. Like, truly, all of that shit it's irrelevant. It does not matter. Like, don't like just think about that because you think, oh, you look weird or no one's gonna like it or whatever. Like,
you gotta throw your ego out the door.
Have to. Ego has to go. Ego death, number one out of all. And you have to get so comfortable with social media and just embrace it for what it is, because yes, social media sucks. It's like, I personally, like, if I didn't have to have it, I wish I didn't, just because it does take you away from things in life and everything like that. Personal touch and just like,
there's the pros and cons to everything.
There's pros and cons to everything, but it is the biggest free marketing tool in the world. Like, to be able to have that in our era, in our day and age, is such a blessing and is the most valuable tool in my eyes. Because you have the opportunity to reach anybody in the world for free.
It's absurd.
For free. So why would you not dive head first, all in, and just go incredibly hard on social?
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy
and
to
just
see it happen.
Learn it and master it, quote unquote.
It's just trial and error.
Trial and error, and just engulf yourself in it, because it is the biggest tool we have in today's age. It's fucking free.
Yeah, it is free.
It's free.
It's absurd.
You can literally, they might not answer. You could DM, you could reach out, you could send a DM to anybody in the world about your song, your new drop, your this, that. Anybody.
That's how we got all these big name people in our clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, we barely spend anything on marketing when it comes to it. The biggest thing ever is getting these people in our clothes was really tough, but we were able to reach out to their managers' friends and going from there and grabbing their managers' friends, DM them, and then go from there and being like, hey, next time you run across this person, name drop us, do this, do that. And then before you know it, it kind of just ends up being like, we'll get these DMs from these big name people, and I sit there and I'm like, how the hell did you just find us? And it ends up being like the David Dobrik situation was, we ended up getting their manager's friend to get us in contact with the manager, and then from there we were able to go on and pursue the process of sending the clothes. And you got to curate it to like make it look really nice, because
of course
they're getting packages in left and right, probably.
Oh, for sure.
I assume ours was...
You're getting free shit all the time.
I assume ours was one of many that day that they came across. And, being able to put that little personal touch to it, saying, hey, love that last vlog you did. When it came down to the basketball players I would reach out to, hey, great game last night. I saw you put up these 3-pointers against, Luka. And it's just like seeing them, or having them see that, shows that, this guy isn't just trying to send us some BS clothes, and
dude,
it's crazy.
Oh, dude, I have to bring this up right now, because this is so funny. I say this every episode because I feel like every episode connects. But you said to be able, whether you're delivering clothes or you're going to give clothes away, or
music or whatever it is.
Music, you're going to send someone a painting, you're going to send, it doesn't matter. Being able to give the personal touch and the humanness and the act that you're doing goes such a long way. And it's so funny because I talked about this last episode with Krista, and like, if you want to reach out to somebody, or you want to send a demo to somebody, or you want to see if someone will wear your shirt or do a video to your song or promote your whatever,
candle,
like, it doesn't matter. It applies to everything. Like, start by either like, hey, big fan, or love this, I love what you do, this, be human. Start a conversation. Be real.
I send videos.
Yeah, videos, like anything. Like, be human, you know? Because for me personally, I think it's such a turnoff when someone approaches you.
Like a cold email almost.
Yeah, or just like, or a cold email or DM, and it's just like,
you could tell it went to 30 other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can tell
like that
instantly.
Yeah.
Like, And just because then being able to provide the personal touch in whatever you're trying to deliver from your brand, like
puts you above the others, obviously.
It puts you above, but most importantly, it establishes a relationship. And in our world, and in my industry, and in your industry, and in industries alike, relationships are everything.
Yeah, they are.
Relationships are everything. It's like
we've gone through a lot of bad manufacturers through like just trial and error, like just like man, I'm trying to think of a recent one. Like a year or two ago, we had one, and the issue with them was we were just getting these cold calls from their sales reps, and it's like, I've been doing business with you guys for X amount of years, and I'm being poached by these people day in and day out. Or they'll send me 2 calls and then email me twice and get a text, and it's like, I don't need to hear about this every day. I don't need to hear about your new deals, but I know where you're coming from.
I also do feel though, I feel there's a line when you're trying to reach out and get yourself personal exposure or brand exposure. I do feel there is a line between persistence and annoyance.
Yes,
and I feel like
such a good way.
And I feel like it's a fine line because a lot of people respect persistence, as do I. Like, I respect if someone is persistent. If they want something, that they're persistent to go after it until they get either what they want or they get an answer to where it's like, okay, I'm satisfied, I tried, I gave it my all, it didn't work out, or it did work out. But I feel like the line between persistence and annoyance is like, the persistence is being human and having the same context and communication and wording and love and everything to each, whether call
you would have
leaving,
with a friend or something.
That you're having with a friend.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe you check in every week or every 6 days or something, like, hey, just reminding you, or hey, just wanted to reach back out, hope you're doing amazing, wanted to see if you wanted to do this opportunity, I'd love to hear back from you, rather than, just like every day you're bugging them, or even if it's not every day, but just by the way you can go about it and how you word it and how you articulate yourself to somebody I feel like is the determining factor between persistence and annoyance.
Yeah.
Because like, it is a fine line because they're very much kind of one and the same, but they are very different, and one can get you the outcome that you want, and one can get you someone who's like, yo, fuck this kid.
Yeah.
He's annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
we have a lot of things
he literally just wants this.
Like the clothes situation. We get a lot of people coming up to us and are asking, hey, I have 10,000 TikTok followers. Can I get these 3 things? And it's like, yeah, it would have been nice to get a video from you, or
maybe a, hey, how are you?
Exactly. I was going to go
Hope
there
your
next.
week's been amazing.
Yeah.
I wanted to maybe offer an opportunity, for this or that.
Here's what I can provide.
Here's what I can provide to you. It has to be a value exchange. It has to be a value exchange.
That's a good way to put it.
Whatever you're doing or you're offering to somebody, whether artist, you're collabing with somebody, or you're reaching out for a vocalist for a top line, whether you're a clothing brand owner and you want to reach out to someone who wants to do a design for you, or a person that you want to rep your shit, or any other industry or brand alike, like having that
rapport.
The rapport, the just like, oh my God, like I forgot, what the fuck did I just say? Like what?
The persistence and
I know, but right after that, god damn it, I went on that fucking thing because I was gonna goddamn fucking explain what I was saying, and then I fucking forgot the goddamn fucking point of it. God fucking damn it, you guys know the
brain
point.
Fart.
Yeah, total brain fart. It'll come back to me, I think, but.
It's a good point to have, though. I mean, when I think, the value exchange.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yes.
Yeah,
Value.
I was going to talk about that
value
too.
Exchange. Value exchange. Value exchange. Value exchange. Value exchange. I believe in it because it's fucking true. It's true across everything, and it's just there has to be something in it for them, but there also has to be something in it for you. But the thing is, in my opinion, if you're going out about it first and you're the one reaching out, they have to see the value first before your value comes in mind.
Yeah, for us, it's got to be worth more than we're giving them, or something to like that.
It has to. And like,
what's that TikTok video worth that gets 20,000 views?
Is that worth $2,000? Is that worth, if it is,
go for it.
For sure. But there has to be, For sure. There has to be a value exchange. That's why I believe there's no free work. You don't work for free. I won't engineer a song for you for free. I won't produce something for you for free. I won't. If we're collabing and we got to pay someone, we're splitting it half. I'm not paying any fucking more than you. Vice versa, I'm sure as it goes for you, because
absolutely.
if we've agreed to do something together and we've agreed upon the value that this is going to bring to me and to you as an artist and what we're doing, then the value all the way around is the same.
Yeah.
Has to be the same.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm sure it's very much similar in your industry and what you do.
Yeah.
Has to be.
It's absurd how many people how many hoops you have to go through, and then there's these people asking, oh, well, what about my cut of this ad revenue that they're putting out? You know, you're giving them this X amount of money, and where's our cut for the manager's fee and everything, which is usually just defined in the contract and whatnot when it comes down to it. But, you know, you do get a lot of these people who come up to you and are asking, hey, I like your clothes, and here's my TikTok. Will you send me some? It's like, I would have liked to seen you shown me that your demographics are towards our audience, whether it's 18 to 22 who are interested in
or why not
streetwear.
just come about it, hey, I've seen your clothes, I have this many TikTok followers, I really think, I think it'd be a good opportunity for you if if you could maybe send me some stuff, I'll do a couple videos for you. We can see the numbers, see the analytics, see how it does, and then maybe we could move forward with something on a monthly thing, a weekly content amount. Like,
I'm so much more open to that than anything.
Well, that's just the part for me that I don't understand of why that doesn't compute with people, how to go about things. Like, that's what I was always taught from my papa, who's a very successful man, and it's like that aspect of things, and that translates to anything that you're doing, I'm doing, or that anybody that's listening or watching. That
everyone is a salesman deep down. You know, whether you're trying to sell yourself or a product that you're, selling in pure, whether it's literally whether you're trying to sell yourself or whether you're trying to sell a product that you're pushing. It doesn't matter what the case might be. I mean, everyone's going to have some aspect that they have to, get rid of when it comes to your. Oh, does he think this is going to be weird or something like that? No, it really doesn't matter when it comes down to it. I mean, you just got to shoot your shot and keep trying and trying and trying. It's like with us, we've gone through the hoops, and I've made those mistakes where it comes to it, and I'm like, hey, can I send you clothes? And I will never get those responses, and that's what I learned, over the business for the past 7 years. It's like we have all these old DMs that I can look through, and it's embarrassing to see what I was texting these people 6-7 years ago, and I've learned from it now. And
for sure,
2 years ago when we had David wear it was a different story then.
But that's the point: is you learn, and then you learn the right way to go about things on just in being a business owner.
Yeah, and we're giving them the tips right now, and
how to approach it in the right way. That again, you've seen work for you.
Yeah.
That I've seen work for me, and that. I mean, well, a lot of people will fucking tell you that that works.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it's just like, it's just so funny because I say that word all the time, value exchange. Like, I do believe in that extremely heavily.
It's valid.
Oh, it's so valid. So valid. So, okay. I want to ask you a question I always ask people this every episode. What would be like
one thing I'd change?
Not one thing you change. And that's, what? That's actually funny that you say that. And I'm actually going to say something on that. Is that when people say if there's anything that you would change in whether it's that I've done or anything, like maybe a couple years ago, I probably would have had an answer, but
yeah, that's a good question.
But for me personally, and how I look at it, and maybe this is a corny way to look at it or whatever, but when people ask me if there's something that I would change, my genuine response, in all honesty, my answer is no, and here's why: because
you are who you are.
Everything that happened to me or that I've done or fuck-ups that I've made, whether it's in my career, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in friendships, anything that I've done that I've fucked up on has gotten me to the point where I am now by teaching me those hard lessons, teaching me those life lessons, making me go through those type of times, really being able to become aware of who I wanted to be, who I want to be, and who I didn't want to be, and taught me things that, okay, this is definitely not the way to do this, or my next relationship or this, like, I know that the reason why it failed is because I fucked up on this. So let me make sure to not do that again. And if I was to change that, then I wouldn't have learned that lesson.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
To then be able to move forward as life goes on, as I grow up, as I get older and wiser and continue on my journey in my life without that information to move forward and not make those same type of mistakes.
Yeah, it's self-realization.
It's self-realization, and it's just becoming very self-aware.
Yeah.
So
Same, yeah, potato.
Exactly. So that's that's truly my genuine answer is like I feel like change, I wouldn't change anything. I really wouldn't. Like, there's nothing in my life or that I've done or that's happened to me that I would change, because everything has led up to where I am right now, and I'm very happy with where I am right now and who I am. And it's like, without those things,
it wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same, and that's to anybody. Like,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
I really want you guys to. I'm always about perspective. Like, I'm always about perspective. You can either look at it this way or you can look at it this way. Like, you can either be the guy or the girl who's like, I wish I could change this, da da da. Like, maybe look at that coin.
You can only control the uncontrollable.
Maybe look at that coin of I wish I could change this, and maybe take the flip it over and be like, okay, instead of I wish I could change this, hey, you know what? I'm really glad this happened, regardless of how much this hurts or how much I'm struggling right now, because I know on the other side, when I come out, I'm going to be stronger, I'm going to be better, and I'm going to have learned that lesson that life wanted to teach me.
Yeah.
To now have the knowledge and the self-awareness and the capability to move forward in a positive and a more progressive direction, to not go back to what I did or what I was doing. And like, without that type of stuff, you can't grow. No. So it's like, if you were to go back and change that, would you be the person you are right now? Would you have ended up where you are right now? Because if you don't get taught those lessons, regardless of how much they hurt or how much they suck,
yeah,
how could you have gone there to where you are?
It wouldn't be the same. You're not wrong. It
wouldn't be the same. Or you wouldn't have the same, wouldn't have the same
perspective.
Yeah, it wouldn't have the same value almost. It would be like a false reality type thing. Like,
it would be too perfect, because then
it would be too perfect.
Now you can not to do it again, obviously, and I know that being able to create these different aspects of or different businesses is something that I now learn from and have been able to learn from in the past through trial and error, simply enough. I mean,
yeah, no, for sure.
It's been crazy to go through. There's so many areas of the business that have been changed by just errors. I mean, whether it was like shipping out orders or...
Yeah, but even beside the business, think about all the things that have happened. I don't know your life story or personal stories, but think about all the things that have happened to you or the fuck-ups that you've made, regardless of outside of the business.
Yeah, no,
if,
you're not
if
wrong.
those things didn't happen, do you really think that you would be where you're at personally as Brad?
Yeah.
And where Roze would be at? Because those life lessons that you get taught, whether it's completely regardless of a business, it's priceless. Because then those things that you're taught, whether it's you're starting a brand or you have a brand or a business, then those lessons are able to translate
to future endeavors.
Correct. So it's like, do you really want to change anything?
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it.
No, it's not a bad.
You know what I'm saying?
It is all about perspective and being able to figure out where things have gone wrong, or just being able to realize that they went wrong.
For sure, and that's why I'm always, God, I'm on such a tangent here because I'm just so passionate about this type of shit, and that's why I always encourage people. I want people to spend more time alone.
Yeah.
And because there's so much
alone curating, or just like
I think
sitting in a corner against a wall.
no, and it's funny. I do that sometimes. But no, I think there's a healthy balance between that.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean by that. Like, I think there is times where it's like, yeah, spend your time alone curating, creating, doing this. But also I do feel there is a time to
reflect,
sit in a corner by yourself with yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's so much noise in the
actually
world,
such a good point.
and we have so much noise in our life, whether it's social media, our jobs, career, friends, blah, 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 that can distract us from
You're making me realize I need to sit in the corner.
from spending time with ourselves. Because people who are comfortable being alone are really scary people. Not in the way of like, oh, you're gonna fucking fuck me up.
Well, they're
like,
also probably I think a lot of people like that are okay with themselves.
Yes,
and very successful because of it. I mean, like,
and that's the thing, is people who are alone and spend time alone and know who they are and have had those conversations with themselves and can be alone. Those are the type of people who understand that they don't need anybody to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Like,
you can look at like some of
like
the
they
most
can do
successful entrepreneurs ever, and they're all mostly introverted.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's almost like I think there's a percentage on it. It's like 95 or there's some level of C-level execs are mostly I think 90% of them are all introverted.
Yes.
And it's because they're okay with being with themselves and making their own decisions.
Agreed.
And being okay with that, and it's kind of crazy.
100%. And then that's why again, life is a balance. Fucking episode title of number 8. Sorry. Because there is that you have to spend your time alone, and I really truly feel that people don't do that enough because
I'm realizing
they're distracted by everything, and they're relying on the distractions to keep them distracted from having to be alone.
Yeah. Sometimes life just moves so fast.
It moves so fast, but they rely on the distractions to distract them from being by themselves and really spending time with themselves.
Yeah.
But there's also the flip side where it's like, if you can understand and be completely aware and comfortable with you alone, but also understanding that no one is truly self-made.
Yeah.
Who is really self-made? Yeah, maybe you like the work and all the grind and the hours and the blood, sweat, but it comes down
to yourself.
You have people who were, helped you grow.
I was about to say that as
shot photos for you, gave you investment, reached out, shared your post. That like no one's really ever self-made. There's always a team. There's always a group of something. Even billionaires.
Absolutely.
They're not a self-made billionaire. That doesn't exist. That billionaire didn't say, I did this 100% alone.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah, you could look at like
there was obviously people, but those people are so comfortable alone.
Look at like Mark Zuckerberg or something like that. I mean, you talk about being okay with yourself. He's someone who's totally introverted and okay with being alone and everything. But at the same time, it's not like he's created everything with Facebook. I mean, Sandy Sandberg, the CEO,
exactly.
the COO just stepped down, who grew the company from like 15 to 200 employees to what it is now at, fucking, I don't even know, 100,000 employees. So it's crazy to see that what you're talking about in real life as well, not just saying it.
Exactly.
I mean, and look at the Winklevoss twins, who created the product and then went on to sue him for it. So it's wild. Yeah, I hear you there.
Right.
That is a crazy aspect to think of, but yeah.
Some food for thought right there.
Yeah.
Dude, I think about this shit all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
You sit down here alone a lot.
Dog, I'm alone 85% of the day.
I know you are. That is true. But it allows you to reflect on yourself and be who you are today.
100%. And that's why I feel the way I do about myself.
Yeah, that's
just in the way of like where I know who I am, and I'm still learning.
Absolutely.
But I have a really good idea of who I am, and I have the ability, and I've learned to have the ability to sit down and talk to myself.
Yeah.
Not in a weird way, but like, like genuinely like ask myself, what are you doing? How are you doing? What could you be doing more?
Yes.
What do you think
That's a good way to put it.
you could
I think
offer?
that has a lot to do with personal and business. I mean,
Absolutely it does.
being able to reflect on things I've done in the past.
If you're not okay with you and you know who you are, how the fuck is your business or your brand supposed to do well?
Yeah.
Because then it's just because then
point.
what? It's just everything's just in a false reality.
Yeah.
It's on a surface level awareness of like, oh, I'm just gonna do this and I feel this, blah 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 blah. Like, how does that? I just don't understand how that works. I mean, I understand how it works in today's world because a lot of things can just blow up and then whatever. But like, I'm in this game for longevity, for legacy.
Yeah.
Like, I want
to leave an impact.
Yes, I want whatever I build and continue to build when I'm in the ground. I want everything that I've done to still be here and to leave an impact afterwards after I'm gone. But the only way for that to happen is that it has to be built off truth. It has to be built off honesty,
integrity.
Yeah. It has to be
authenticity.
It has to be, and that goes with anything. Like, goes with any artist, any clothing brand, any painter, any designer, any videographer, any filmmaker. Like,
and you got to be adapting as well.
Have to, but it has to be based off a foundation of truth, authenticity, integrity. If you want to be in this for the long game and for something to be here after we're gone.
Yeah.
Because if it's not,
adapting is the biggest part, I think.
It's just gonna die.
Yeah, I mean,
adapting is huge.
You talk about the self-reflection, and I think adapting is the biggest part, in my opinion. I mean, I'm trying to think of a situation that's been recent and whatnot, but just being able to adapt to the new trends, whatever the case might be, with switching away from the more philosophical aspect, but
or just
being able to adapt to who you are, where the climate is in regard to social media,
and that's again.
The climate of our economics as well. I mean, it's crazy to see how things change.
I also feel that how you're saying the adapt, and I believe in that so heavily because it's so crucial. You have to be able to adapt.
Absolutely, yeah.
You have to. If you can't adapt, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're not going to go anywhere because the market, the world, social media, everything's changing all the time. There's always something new. There's always a new trend. Yeah. There's always something that's hot, a new artist, new job. Like, it's just always changing. It's always adapting. You have to adapt.
Yeah, but it's you see a lot of artists fail because of it. I mean,
for sure.
Look at look at the Island Boys or something like that, or like these big artists.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, in 50 years, who the fuck are the Island Boys?
Exactly, they didn't adapt to where everything was. I mean, they just watched it blow past them, and I think a lot of people get caught up in like the fame and everything like that,
of course.
And they just don't. They soak it up for a little bit, and then
of course
it's over.
When you're in it for the money.
Yes, that's a good way to put it as well.
When you're in it for the money, you're fucked.
You got to be passionate about your project as well.
Oh my god! Shout out episode fucking 2 with fucking Geo, fucking Box Boys Geo. Shout out also. They're having their fucking event. I think it's fucking either this weekend. It just got sponsored by SoundCloud.
Oh, I saw that.
Just got sponsored by SoundCloud. They got SSG Co, Baby Santana, fucking all these fucking guys. Geo, shout out you. I fucking love you. You're killing it. But me and Geo literally talked about this on episode number 2 of. Fuck the money.
Yeah.
People like the Island Boys. People like Tekashi who are or whatever. Like maybe I don't know them, but like you can tell when it's just you're just in it for the social, the gratification, trying to blow up for the money, the quick bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck the money. The money will come if you're true, if you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
Like it can take longer, but you have to.
It took me 7 years. I never thought the business would be like. Profitable.
And you got 7 more years to go, and another 7 years,
exactly.
and another 7 years. As do I. Yeah. But it's like the money and the notoriety and the recognition will come.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about at the beginning too.
If you stay true, because then when you get to that point and you have the money and you have, the riches of life and the riches, and you've reaped the benefits that you've worked so hard for, and it's been true and authentic from the start.
Yeah.
Nobody can say shit.
It's crazy to think that as well.
Like, nobody can say shit. No one's gonna be posting you on No Jumper, with some dog shit ass headline.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, like, because it's just, you've been you. It's been about this. It's because I want to do this. I want to do something that's bigger. I don't care how long it's gonna take.
Yeah.
Bigger than yourself, and when you get there, then it just
comes naturally.
It just comes naturally, and you're always gonna have haters. You're always gonna have people that fucking shit on you. You're always gonna have people that blah 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 blah. Get over it. That's the fucking world we live in. People love to fucking hate. People love to talk shit on what they can't have.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And people love to talk shit about the things that they're not willing to work for.
Yeah, and put the hard effort and blood, sweat, and tears into.
You have to do the work.
Yeah.
If you don't do the work,
and it's not
what the fuck.
It's not hard in the state we're in now with social media and everything. You see, I do a bunch of case studies on these businesses that will, pop up on my TikTok For You page that are streetwear brands or clothing brands or whatever the case might be, and being able to see them and watch them grow from like a 5 or 6 month thing. I think Broken Planet Market, for those out there who might know of it, it's a UK brand, and they started probably 2 years ago, and now they've grown to over 200,000 followers on Instagram and like 1 million followers on TikTok. And it just shows you to the point where if you're putting in these hours and hard work and effort, you're going to get something out of it. Whether or not it's something that you want monetary wise, or whether it's something that you want to just share with people, whether it's putting words on a t-shirt and doing what I do. It's just crazy to see how lucrative the market is right now. The fact that any of us can just pick up our phone and start doing these videos and posting on Instagram or whatever the case might be. And it's not hard.
There's no reason not to do it.
Exactly. A lot of the people, I think that other people, it's a whole ego thing, I think, with a lot of people, and being able to get rid of what people think.
For sure.
Or not care what people think. Thank you. I was trying to put it into words.
Yeah, it's not caring what people think, because it's our nature as humans. If you make a video, you post it, and you start an account with 0 followers, it's pretty rare that right off the bat you're going to get likes, comments, shares. So absolutely. Then it's like, as that goes on and it wears down, and it's another 5 views. Only 5 views, 0 comments. For months and months and months and months, or it could be years and years and years. It's like,
consistency, I think, is key.
Consistency is the name of the game.
So many points in the business where I was ready to call it quits, and just
consistency is the name of the game.
And just say, I'm done with this. I'll just go get.
That's for sure going to be one of the titles of this episode. Yeah. Consistency is the game.
It is the game. It is the game, and
it is.
It's absurd because a lot of people don't have the persistence to put in the effort and long hours and everything. And it's like, if you want to go get a house in Newport and these nice places in Tahoe or Aspen or whatever, these billionaires and millionaires aren't sitting on their asses from 9 to 5. They're working from 7 to 7.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Why do you think Lamborghini doesn't have commercials?
Because they don't need to.
Well, because their demographic isn't sitting on the couch watching TV.
Boom. I haven't heard that. I think Tesla doesn't have commercials either, but different story.
Think about that.
That is crazy.
Why doesn't Ferrari advertise?
Yeah, it's
Why doesn't McLaren
advertise?
advertise? Why doesn't Pagani advertise? Because their demographic is not sitting on the couch watching TV.
Exactly, and it's
so
absurd.
Why do they need to have commercials? They know the people that are getting that shit are out there doing the work.
It's there for us to have. It's not like we're saying go do social media. If you want to do accounting or bookkeeping or whatever business aspect you may have, there's so many people I know from school who have grown their own personal brand on Fiverr and doing bookkeeping for people. And from there, they pull in a couple $1,000 a month just doing these lucrative tasks for
you can do
these
anything.
Random people. Yeah.
You can literally do anything, especially in today's age. There's
bookkeeping is just so dry.
Yeah, but it's like,
it's accounting.
You can do that and make your money and make a living. You're fucking good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can you can have a TikTok channel where you don't even show your face. You just cook incredibly bomb-looking meals with your dog in the middle of the wilderness, and it has
I follow that one.
yeah, or that buddy guy. You know, he's like, "Hello, buddy.
Oh yes.
Welcome back.
See?
Cold pop for you." Like that little like hockey guy, like who just lives in the pot.
He's got a little tiny cabin.
Yeah, little tiny cabin with his fucking dogs, and he's like,
Yeah.
I guarantee you that guy makes a killing.
Oh, absolutely. He's getting seats. He's getting like.
That guy makes a fucking killing, but that's just the thing is like, dude, you can do anything that you want to fucking do.
Yeah, and you hear everyone preach about it and preach about it.
It doesn't matter.
But I think everyone says it,
Literally
but
doesn't
evidently
fucking matter.
enough, we've been here and been through the process and done it, and it's like, if you're not gonna, you just got to keep doing it.
For sure.
You're not gonna get the views. You're not gonna get the likes at first, or whatever the case might be. You're gonna run into
but
these
just understand
hindrances. Yeah, exactly. Being able to accept it and be okay with that, and be okay with who you are and who your brand is, or whatever the case might be. That's totally fine. I mean, I go from sales that are going through the roof to the next month where it's not so much the same, and it's like, well, I could.
Those are the ebbs and flows of business, though.
Exactly, and also at the same time, now I'm able to realize it's like, oh, well, I was at spring break that week, so there wasn't anything happening. I wasn't putting in the hours, so it's not gonna happen.
There you go.
So
I wasn't doing the work, so my numbers are lower.
Yeah, I was in Cabo.
Wow, what a surprise, right?
I was in Cabo on a beach, like sitting there doing nothing, and it's like, okay, I'm not gonna. I mean, we could have paid a marketing firm to go do a little bit of the work for us, but at the same time, I'm able to understand why things don't happen. And even at the same time, I spend these endless hours where I'm working till 11 p.m. and then we will get 4 sales for that day, and it's so tough. And being able to be okay with that is just so big. I'm still trying to get over the fact that it's like, damn, that sucked. I just worked like 8 hours and did these designs and everything, and I mean, like, they didn't do as well as I hoped. And I think just being able to set really low expectations.
All right, on to the next.
Exactly. Yeah, on to the next.
On to the next.
And not having high expectations as well.
Yeah.
It's like you can see Gage and I and whatnot, where we've come, and we preach about all this stuff, and it sounds easy. We make it sound so easy, and it's like, oh, well, they already have 40,000 Instagram followers or whatever it is. But, at the same time, we went through these months where we started from zero. Everyone started from nothing, and it's just, I don't know how to put it in words, but, you just got to be okay with yourself and failure. You got to be okay with failing. This is a fucking candle. It's just here.
No, it's a nug jug, dude. That's what it is. That's technically what it is.
It
it's
looks
a fucking
like a candle.
It's a fucking nug jug, dude.
Yeah, it smells like it. I was kind of staring at. Yeah, for anyone that was curious now.
Yeah, for anyone curious, the alien fucking jug on the table.
I'm always the one who's picking things up and seeing what's good with it.
See if it's like a secret compartment and shit. Gun compartment.
Dude, next person that you have, I'm gonna put a note in it.
Dude, do like a little geocache type thing.
Dude, well, yeah, that'd
be like, hey. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna fucking wrap things up here. Moving towards the end of the episode here, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you a question. The infamous question of 7 on 7 is a question I ask every single guest. Bradley Gilkerson. Yes. I call it the secret sauce. What would you say is and was your secret sauce, your secret ingredient, your key to starting Roze 7 years ago to get to where you are now and the success that you've had? What do you think has been like the secret sauce of yours that has gotten your growth?
That is a good question. I forgot that was the end of the question. I remember seeing the other people. And, I think I've thought about this question, and I think that the secret sauce is truly who you surround yourself with. And, you're not going to be successful.
You are who you hang out with.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, we surround ourselves with not these junkies or whatever the case might be. Being in situations that you want to be, where you see yourself growing with and whatnot. And if you can't find yourself in those situations, just eject yourself from it. And, being able to reflect on it, we've preached on it in the podcast, is something that is huge as well. And, there's so many resources out there if you're not able to find these people that are, where they're at and where you want to be. There's so many resources online that will allow you to do it. Harvard teaches classes for free. There's a whole spiel of things that you can go on about in regard to this, but, truly who you surround yourself with, and consistency. The two biggest things that I think I pride myself on.
Yeah.
Is they're very important, and I don't think I realized it 6-7 years ago, but
it's everything.
Here I am now, 22 years old. I think I know what I'm doing in life, but I don't.
Yeah.
But we're all growing. We're all growing at the same time.
Exactly.
So it's a big thing to be surround yourself with the right people, and
yes. And be consistent.
And be consistent.
And work hard.
And work hard.
100%.
Put your head down.
Surrounding yourself with right people is so crucial.
Yeah.
Show me your 5 closest friends, and I'll show you your future.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
No, that's something my papa taught me very young.
I like that.
And that's why he would always give me shit if I had people at the house or I was hanging out with people, and he's like,
I don't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
my dad does the same thing.
Whatever, like little me.
Yeah.
And then like as I got older, I was like, holy shit.
I know,
like,
right?
I understand now. Like,
that's why I'm here so often.
You are who you hang out with.
Literally.
Your 5 people that you hang out with the most will show you your future, and I truly believe in that. And that's why I don't hang out with like anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
That's here, really. Like in Orange, like it's rare. It's really rare.
It is.
Just because I'm like,
Gage isn't wrong. I think I'm over here pretty like often, and just like Gage is down in the studio grinding, or he'll come upstairs and we'll watch Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I don't mean this in like any fucking ego way, but like,
it's not in a bad way.
I don't want to kick it. I don't want to hang out.
Yeah.
I don't want to go grab a drink. I don't want to just kick it. Yeah. Like, I don't have time to do that.
You value your time. Time is money. Money is time.
Exactly. But it's also just like, why? I don't want to go do that. Like, if
you could be spending your time making music
or making content.
And I hear you there.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to just kick it. Like, I'm down to kick it if, hey, I got an idea, I want to talk. Hey, let's film a podcast, or like,
totally.
Scheme, plan, plot, talk, all this, like, productive, healthy conversation. Like,
yeah.
And obviously there's a time like where it's like, hey, you know what? Usually Sundays where it's like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna be in the studio. Let's kick this, make some fucking burgers, like
yeah.
hang out, maybe have a fucking beer,
watch NBA
hang
finals,
out. Exactly,
yeah,
or watch NBA finals. But it's like, but again, I'm doing that with like fucking 3 to 5 people.
Yeah, yeah, I can see them. They're upstairs.
Yeah, they're upstairs. Exactly. But that's a really good answer because I really do feel that really heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was a fucking great answer, Brad. Well, we're gonna fucking move on to the final question, the infamous question, 7 on 7's song of the fucking day. You know the fucking vibes.
Yeah.
Bradley, Gilkerson, B. Gilkey. What is your song of the day?
Cash in, cash out.
Cash in, cash out. Cash in, cash out. Cash in, cash out. Cash in, cash out. Pharrell.
Tyler,
the Creator, and 21 Savage.
21.
I'm sure you guys have heard it. Make sure you guys go check it out if you haven't already. Honestly, not a really huge fan of the song, other than the production is crazy.
Yeah, I like the music video.
The production is crazy. The bass line is fucking filthy. So Pharrell, you're a fucking god. But yeah. Dude, that's going to fucking do it, guys, for episode number 11.
Peace.
Once again, he's like ready to leave.
Mic drop.
Once again, Brad, I appreciate you, my guy. I know we're going to go upstairs after this.
And eat food.
But I appreciate you coming on. I'm really stoked that we finally got around to coming and doing our episode. I'm stoked for it to come out. I love the conversation that we had. I'm really excited for you guys to all to listen to this and to watch it. But yeah, once again, Brad, thank you so much. And again, guys,
like and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this episode or any other episode,
comment and share.
Please make sure to share the show. That's how we are going to grow the show. That's how we continue to grow this show. It is by you guys sharing. We love it. I love you guys. That's going to fucking do it. Until next time, once again, thank you, Brad. Thank you to everyone who was listening and watching. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace. That was fun.